stream info. Let's call this Prick Guitars USA. Next. Alright, let's edit the stream info here. Delete that. Let's paste in here. One second, I'll move into the light in a second, guys, for anybody who's watching this later. Okay, let me move some in the light over here so you guys can actually see my ugly mug and not just a couple of glowing things in the dark. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, Gibson released a video saying how they're basically going to bully anyone who's making anything that looks like a Gibson into stopping. Actually, let me go inside because it's awfully dark out here. Let me walk inside real quick and then I'll continue what I had to say. Alright, let's go and do the infamous kitchen setup like I do sometimes. There we go. Okay, so Gibson decided that they are going to bully anybody who's basically making anything that looks like a Gibson into submission. So what I have to say about that is prick move, guys. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's I saw a video that somebody did called Bully Guitars USA, and it's so true. Basically, their premise is you're going to submit to Gibson or we're going to fuck you over, which is really the stupid thing to move. Now, I want to preface this by saying, you know, I have been in arguments with other guitarists before, and the argument that I have, the argument that I was having was that, you know, in my opinion, it's not really a Les Paul unless it's a Gibson. And, you know, some people say, well, no, it's the style. You know what? I still agree with that. I still agree. If somebody said, I'm getting you a Les Paul, they brought me back something that didn't say Gibson on the headstock, I would say that is not really a, that's not really a Les Paul. That's my opinion. I get a Gibson Les Paul, that's it. A Les Paul is a Gibson. If he brought me anything else, it would not be. Now, that being said, I think that should be the attitude that people have. However, I am not prepared to say, well, you made something that looks like our guitar, so therefore you're not allowed to call a Les Paul or anything like that. You know what I mean? As far as my opinion goes, oh, did you donate? Nothing came up, Moon. Oh, there it goes, right there. Thank you so much,
Here's
buddy.
some rocket fuel.
God bless you, buddy. But yeah, if it's now if it's okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Moon. But if like I said, if somebody brought me something and they said they were getting me a Les Paul and it wasn't a Gibson, I would be a little annoyed, a little pissed over that. But what I also have to say is it's not right for you to bully anybody into not producing anything that looks like yours. Because, in my opinion, if somebody wants a Gibson, like a true Les Paul, they're going to buy a Gibson. If you think that you can't compete in the market, then you have to look at what you're doing. If other people are able to produce something at a better quality and price than you can, don't say, well, fuck you guys, I'm going to bully you guys out of the market. What you do is you turn around and say, okay, well, let's improve our business model here so we can go and be in the market. Because like they said, you know, there's off brands that will make you a really nice Les Paul, or what Les Paul style I should say, for, you know, 1,000, maybe 1,800 on the high end, that come with like cases, you know, everything plays right, the fret edges are all filed down at the edges so they're not sharp. They'll make you a really, really nice guitar. Now, why is the Gibson like near $3,000 for the same thing that's not as good? It makes no sense. So if you just say, well, you have to submit and buy a Gibson at a lower quality and a higher price because we own it, I think that's a little fucked up. You know, that's like, you know, the Telecaster and the Stratocaster body styles, two famous body styles. You see every guitar company under the sun. The Streamlabs link, it should be in the description. It's streamlabs.com/LCMTV Breath 4. It's it's up at the top. Streamlabs.com/LCMTV Breath 4. But or should I go this way because it's probably the other way for you guys? I don't know. Whichever. For me, Stream is here. Streamlabs.com. But anyway, so that's my opinion on this whole situation. And Gibson coming out and making videos saying basically, if you try to disguise the guitars, we're gonna come after you. If you try to put tape over the headstock, we're coming after you. That's insane. That's crazy. As an avid guitar player, here, wait, hold on a second. Let me get you something. Just to prove my point. This is a guitar that I am rebuilding. This is a Les Paul style. This is an Essex guitar. Now, as far as the feel of this, it always played fantastic. It wasn't the feel, it was the electronics. That's why I'm completely redoing the hardware on this, so I can have a Les Paul that doesn't cost me $3,000, because I bought this for $100. I think actually I paid $85 for this. So the pickups I bought for it, which I haven't put in yet, are $200, so the cost is rapidly going to increase. But for that price, I will probably have a pretty damn good guitar that's literally at a fraction of the cost of what a Les Paul would cost. So Essex, your electronics are shit. But Gibson, come and sue me. You know what I mean? Or I guess not me, because you really can't sue me because I bought a guitar and I have it in the video. This is like from the frickin' 90s. But me personally, I don't really play. I like everything about Les Pauls except for the price, and most of them don't have whammies. Me personally, my main go-to guitar is a Brian May Red Special. That's the guitar I love. I love my Red Special, and I wouldn't trade it for another guitar. That's not to say that I don't play other guitars, or there aren't other guitars that I really like. For instance, my first guitar was a butterscotch orange Ibanez Gax 70, which looks an awful lot like the Gibson SG Explorer. It looks similar, not exactly the same. You know, that guitar cost me brand new $100. I love all kinds of guitars. I still love that guitar. But I think in a lot of guitarists are on the same wavelength. They are so turned off by Gibson saying, buy a Gibson or we'll make you buy a Gibson. That's insane. Or businesses, stop producing things that look like Gibsons, or we're going to sue you. That's crazy. That is no way to behave, and that's a good way to alienate everybody. Have you not seen the massive influx of videos on YouTube about how everybody just thinks you're a total piece of crap? Hey, what's up, Shady J? Yeah, Fernandez Strat copy. You know, there's so many good guitars out there. So if somebody's able to build, if somebody is bodying you in the market, yeah, smash that like button. If if somebody's smashing you that well in the market, that you're saying basically what Gibson is saying, there's no way we can compete, so the only way we can retaliate is by running everybody else out of business. That's insane. And you're going to alienate a lot of people because, what did we hear? Oh, Gibson, we're going to have a fresh start. It's going to be better. We're going to make more affordable guitars. When Gibson came out and said that, I was all for them. I was saying, yes, finally, because one of the reasons I never bought a Gibson for myself was because, thank you very much, Canadoodle. But that's one of the things that I said is, you see, I'm getting off my train of thought. But yeah, one of the reasons I never bought a Gibson is because they're just way, way, way too expensive. They're crazy expensive. So when I heard they're going to be going back to quality and dropping the price, that was a fantastic... I did not launch the Owen rocket yet. No, as far as the Owen rocket is the DP Ursus rocket. But that's coming out soon. But anyway, what I gotta say is basically until Gibson straightens their shit out, go buy anything else. I'll tell you what, go buy yourself a Brian May. The Brian May, you'll get the guitar and a nice padded case, not a hard case, but a soft case. They'll give you that in a soft case. I got mine when it was on sale for around $600. I ordered it right from Brian May Guitars. I think they're a little bit closer to about $1,000 now, but it's still they're worth every penny. They're fantastic guitars. You may need to get a little whatchamacallit. You might need to get you might need to get a treble booster because they tend to be very bassy guitars. But I mean, there's plenty of other good guitars out there. If and you don't have to spend $1,000. Go and pick any Ibanez off of the shelf for a couple $100. I guarantee you, it's a pretty damn good guitar. There's no reason anybody nowadays really needs to be spending $3,000 on a guitar. You could pick guitars up for a couple $100 that sound just as good. And I know some people might say that that is blasphemy, but it's the truth. Go pick up an Ibanez, plug it into a decent amp, and I guarantee you, you could get that guitar to sound pretty damn good. Because, let's see, go get the Gibson right away. What are you going to be affected by if you buy a brand new Les Paul? Because of the design of the headstock. You see how they make these two tuning pegs out towards the edge? That causes a weird angle on them, and it causes the guitars to come out of tune every time you bend a string because it bites inside of the nut. So right away, when you have a brand new off-the-shelf Gibson, you're going to have problems keeping it in tune. Go and pick any Ibanez off the shelf. I guarantee you that any Ibanez you pick up off the shelf will play fantastic. The intonation will be perfect right from the factory. I have bought Fenders. I have bought all kinds of other big name brand guitars, and I needed to intonate all of them right off the shelf. And I got them to sound great, but not with a lot of effort. There are plenty of guitars out there. Don't let Gibson bully you. You know what I mean? That makes me I almost want to cut off the Essex logo and put Tibson or something like that on the headstock just as a joke. You know, because that would be fantastic. Let me see what some of you were saying here in the comments. Yeah, the old Guild Brian Mays are okay, but I like now that they have I like the actual official Brian May guitars because, you know, it's not subcontracted to another company, it's his own company. So I think that the hyperlink is in the description. Moon, I know you said don't read live, but I'm pretty sure it is in there. You're confusing the heck out of me, buddy. I'm pretty sure that is in there. You and Johnny should do a song together sometime. Yes, we should. Johnny's a really good guitar player too. Different style than how I play, but he's really good too. I know a couple people that are fantastic guitar players. We all play a little bit different, but Gibson is one of the knockoff Gibson brands. Yeah, because it's China. But I want to put Tibson, like T-I-B, or like something weird like that, you know, just make up my own name. But anyway, basically what I'm getting at, don't let Gibson bully you into buying a Gibson. If you see a Les Paul style guitar of another brand and their quality surpasses and their price is better than Gibson, do it. Do it. Because I don't think that Gibson really has a leg to stand on just the backlash they're getting alone. It isn't showing while I'm live. Interesting. It should be in the description of the video. I thought that it was anyway. But anyway, I appreciate you keeping up on that, Moon, because that's something that I really do like to have all my ducks in a row, and I like everything to work the way that it should. So it upsets me when I hear that things aren't working right. Let me see. Let me double check the, let me do edit stream info real quick. Yeah, see, it says Prick Guitars USA. Why? Because we can. You can support my content by making a donation at https://www.streamlabs.com/lcmtvbreath4 or paypal.me/Chuck Boris. It says it right in the description. If it's not showing up in the description, then that's another, then I don't know why it's not, but it's in there. So if it's not showing up, then that's something on Streamlabs, and that's not me, because I did try. But anyway, yeah, we'll sort out the Streamlabs stuff. Basically, this is just a short guitar talk. But anyway, you see, and getting back to, remember how I was saying before about how this one they set up just like Gibson, where all the tuning pegs are in a row, which causes that weird angle. There are other guitar manufacturers where they move these ones in a little bit more, and they move these ones in a little bit more, so the angle is more natural. And as a result, you don't get those problems when you're bending strings of it not returning to its right tune. So once again, you say that you make all these innovations. Well, your design, you've been using the same one, and it still has the same shitty problems that it's been suffering from forever. Gibsons sound fucking great when they're in tune, but keeping them in tune is a problem. You say that you're an innovator? Fix problems like that instead of coming up with robo-tuners and shit that doesn't work. Come up with a guitar that actually just plays and is good. You know? I don't understand how they can just go and not only just try to bully everybody off of the market who's making anything that looks like a Gibson, but then also say, we're coming after you if you display a guitar that looks like a Gibson. They're coming after the owners too. The owners of Gibsons and other knockoff brands. It's ridiculous. But anyway, all right. I'm going to call it quits for the night, guys. I promise I'm going to start doing live streams soon, and thank you so much for the donations. We got one from the Moon, and from Canna something or other. What was it? It doesn't say, it's cut off here. I can't see exactly the whole thing, but thank you so much for the donations. Yeah, I got to get a Dan Electro. But thank you so much. I'll be sure to live stream some more. Thank you, Moon, for the cash. Literally, I'm completely broke, so I'll be able to maybe go and get myself some lunch or something tomorrow. All right, God bless everybody. I'll be sure to do some live streams more. It looks like things will probably be returning to normal for me pretty soon. Yes, Canadoodle. But yes, please continue watching. Continue to sub. By the way, I've been meaning to give out a sub for a long time. I keep forgetting to shout out Sam Whitfield. Let's get Sam's subscriptions up. Let's get Johnny Arcade 1 and 2. Let's get his channel's up. I hope, I've been a little bit out of the loop lately. I hope that nothing has happened in the meantime as far as like strikes and stuff go. But let me see, who else am I forgetting? God, I'm drawing such a blank. But let's see. Sam, subscribe to Sam, Johnny Arcade 1 and 2. Let's get some subs to Alan. Truth Smoker is out there. He's crazy, but I don't know why, but there's something about his style that cracks me up. I don't know. And I don't know about you guys, but I would rather have him as a friend than a foe. That's just where I'm going with that. So Truth Smoker, if you're out there and if you see this later on, shout out. Please don't hurt anybody though. Please don't actually hurt anybody. Just keep it funny. All right. God bless everybody. I'll see everybody later, and I'll be sure to do some more live streams, and hopefully I'll be able to do some music streams and stuff soon. But anyway, I'm working on a new parody. Look for that maybe in the next day or two. Hopefully I'll depends. I'll try to get it done by the weekend. But hopefully this one is going to be pretty good. So it's been a lot of fun. I did one run through today as a guide. So tomorrow I'm going to go and listen to the scratch version and re-record the vocal a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, a little bit clear, because it got the vocals were kind of getting muddy and they were kind of getting lost in the mix unless I cranked it up way too high, and that's not what you want, which means I need to increase the treble and lower the bass because it's just blending in too much. But anyway, look for a parody soon. Go and sub to all of our buddies, and I guess that's it for tonight. Don't let Gibson bully any of you. So Prick Guitars USA, bad move. God bless everybody. I'll see you later.